There we are. I think we're live now. Let's see. Hold on, are we? I'm not seeing it on my YouTube.
Neither am I, but I know we're live. I think it just...
There we are. I think we're live now. Here we are. So is there a lag then?
You should probably read all your
Hold
poems
on.
out loud.
Okay, I'm pausing the little ad.
What was that?
It was an ad.
Okay.
Where did the screen go? Hold on. There he is. Okay, hold on. Hi guys, how y'all doing?
Hey everybody.
Don't mind us. We're still, after like a year of doing this, we still sometimes have to like get our act together, I guess.
Wow, we've been doing this for over a year.
Insane.
I feel like we should have kept track of it so we could have done like a 1-year anniversary celebration.
Right? Oh, we should have. Why didn't we do that?
When did we start?
It was April, I believe, last year. It was like we started doing our actual write-ins in May, but we started everything that like our little group.
In that case, we can still technically celebrate for the next one, right?
Yeah, why not? We'll say that. Natalia, you'll get to do something fun.
Ooh, that'd be awesome.
You're in charge. Bring the cupcakes.
Yay!
Virtual cupcakes sound delicious. Okay, so how's everyone doing? How's everyone doing with camp? I think lots of people have hit goal or they're going to hit goal. I saw someone today comment on my Instagram post where they had 120 more words left.
Ooh.
I'm pretty sure they're going to hit goal today on the live stream.
I'm definitely not going to hit my goal at all.
What was your goal?
So my goal was 30,000, but I've been so busy doing copy editing this month that I completely underestimated the type of time that would take me. So I'm hoping tonight to hit like, I think I'm at 17,000. What am I at? I'm at almost 18,000. So if I could hit 20,000 tonight, I would be really happy with 20,000 in a month.
Interesting.
Yeah. That's still good, even like that number. Because I'm so glad I just happen to only have one cover design client this month because that's all I had time for if I wanted to get this draft done. And I only have one chapter left, and it's the chapter off.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yay. Awesome. Well, let's see here. You guys, it's raining so hard.
I'm jealous.
Like it's pouring down rain. I love it. It's so great for the atmospheric vibes of writing. And then, and guys, where Natalia's at in Colorado, she says it's snowing. And Mandy was like, what?
Yep.
So shocked by this right now.
80-degree days and then 30-degree days, back and forth.
I can't get my, I'm trying to like still play around with this. I'm wanting my comment box like things to get bigger, but oh well, so it's all good. Okay, so let's see. Sarah Parker Ford, hey, how's it going? Grace Wilcock and Jacqueline Eulenfeld. I think I'm saying this right, hopefully. Oh, and then Stelbell. Lots of familiar faces. I'm liking it.
I wonder if everyone could tell us what their goals were for this month and if they're close to hitting it. I like having winners when we're live. That's always fun. Like when they hit their goal during our stream. Yeah, that made sense.
That's all we know. We did that with Nano, didn't we? Like, I think Brooke and I both did it.
Both me and Natalia did, and there were lots of people who did the last actual NaNoWriMo time.
That was so fun.
And Jacqueline, there are tornado warnings around my area of where I'm at, but so far, knock on wood, nothing where I am at right now. My mom said, I am calling you whenever there's something going on. So that way she's like, and then you'll have like 8 minutes to drive home like super fast. Cause I live on a 2nd story apartment. And so my mom's like, I don't know where you will hide. And I'm like, I'll be fine. I'll figure it out.
Oh my God.
But if for some reason I have to stop the live stream, it's for life or death situation, folks.
I am so terrified of tornadoes. I used to have tornado nightmares when I was a kid.
Oh.
I am so scared of them.
My thing is I will have dreams about the apocalypse.
Ooh.
I'll have a dream of where some type of like either like a nuclear bomb or like a meteor hit, and as like the puff of like crap is coming towards me, that's when I wake up. It's horrible.
Oh my God, that's terrifying.
It's like a recurring thing. Like the end of the world stuff. I'm like, nope, I am having none of it. I hate it so much.
Oh my God.
Last night I dreamt of Chipotle.
A few nights ago, my parents got me a puppy without Phil's permission.
Ooh, puppies are so stressful.
Without Phil's permission, I like that part.
I see
I can do that.
question. It's from Sabra. I know I asked Brooke this question, but Mandy and Natalia, how do you write when you feel tired and drained all the time? The short answer would be I don't. If I'm tired, I take a break.
I recently got like this stuff. It's like chocolate mocha and it's cold. And it's like, I feel like it helps keep me up a little bit more. It's like, I don't drink coffee. And so I recently found this. I'm like, this is my way of being able to have some type of coffee thing to keep me awake. So I've recently been liking that. I feel a lot more energetic.
I don't know. I feel like I kind of have to go with Mandy. Like if I'm really drained, then I don't force myself to write because it's just working on balance, work balance. But I guess I would ask you, why are you tired all the time? And is there something else that you're doing that's taking up all your time that you could change so that you have more writing time when you're actually awake and you have energy for writing? And that's why I write mostly in the mornings. Like I'm an early morning writer, except when Brooke does it at like 4 a.m. my time. Then no way.
My time, but I understand you're not able to attend mine because that's asking a lot. So no worries on that. I saw Becca Smith, not trying to steer it away. I saw that Becca had 2,000 more words to write. Totally, you can hit it, Becca.
Absolutely.
And also, are you at Disney World right now, or did you already leave? Because I know that you went to Disney this week, so I didn't know if you were like that dedicated or not. But no, I'm that way too. Where if there's just no way that I'm gonna write anything decent because I'm just exhausted or whatever, then I just feel like I don't know. I just feel like it's better not to write anything then. Because it's just not going to be like your soul pouring out into the page like how you would want it to be in a normal writing session. But I think Jenna Moresi, I think she just forces herself to no matter what, right? Like even if she's not feeling it or even if she's drained, she's like, nope, I have to do this type of thing. So I guess it's just up to different people.
I also have to say, if I'm going to come in and be critical about that, like if you get to be a full-time author.
Yeah, very true.
Like the way like Brooke and Mandy, the way that you guys have like full-time, like true full-time jobs, that's like, I respect you guys so much for being able to do everything you do with a full-time job, because I definitely work, but not like 9 to 5, Monday through Friday all the time. So I definitely feel for you guys.
It's
Mandy, did you write about that in your upcoming book series of stuff where it's like this is how you are able to write while also balancing work?
People ask me that. Well, actually, it was funny because I did a school presentation and I was talking about, what I learned in college because I was presenting at the college I graduated from. And they're like, how'd you balance writing and all your book stuff with being a full-time student? And I was like, give me a moment. I don't remember. And then I realized I didn't. Like when I was in college, I was still doing YouTube, but I was just doing it for the sake of doing it. I wasn't doing it well. And I also just wasn't writing because I also worked like between 20 to 30 hours a week on top of my like full-time studentness and internships and stuff. So I was like beyond spread thin in college.
I never really wrote so much during college, and I wasn't even like going to like a really nice college school. So I can't imagine trying to like struggle with all of like the finals and stuff like that. Like there's lots of people right now who are like, I can't do camp because of all the finals got to study for.
Yeah. And I think that also depends a lot on your major. Like if you have a major that's like really, really like study heavy, like I have a friend who's in PT and she's like, it's an intense program from what I understand. And like the English program, I've never felt like it was that level of intensity. So I guess there's that advantage, but I also never took just 15 credits. I also took a lot more. So I was used to being stressed too. So I don't know. But I don't know how I balance. It's not perfect. It's messy. There's some weeks I do more work than I'm supposed to, and then there's other weeks where I don't do nearly enough. So I've just learned this year I need to take me time. So like I'm going to the gym more, and I'm taking care of myself. I'm reading more. I'm just watching TV with my fiance more because that's important.
No, I agree. You need to have still that time with your significant other in order to like keep up with your self-health and everything, I feel like, for sure. Grace Wilcock, I do the same thing. Like I felt like I did really good the last week of November's NaNoWriMo. By as soon as I got home, I wrote. I didn't like have a break or whatever. I felt like I just went, because I felt like if I had a break before I wrote, then I got too comfortable and too settled in to where I wouldn't want to go and focus my mind on something that I really had to be concentrating on stuff. I felt like as soon as I got home and I wrote, then I actually had the momentum to keep going. And so that's how I won Nano, was in November. And I need to follow that own advice, because I feel like that does help, is if you, as soon as you just get home, you start writing, you can either take a break later, or you can just keep going and going and going, because I felt like I was super productive whenever I did that. That's just me.
Yeah, and when I was finishing up college, my thing was just a strict schedule, but it was a schedule that I really enjoyed. Like, it brought me a lot of joy, because I would be like, okay, I'm gonna get up at 6:30, go feed the horses, come back in at 7, and then for 1 hour I'm gonna drink coffee and write. And that's just my 1 hour a day until 8 o'clock. And then I feel good. Like, I've had my coffee, I've had my breakfast, I wrote 500 words or whatever, and then I was good for the rest of the day.
Can I just say that you could write such a delightful story about your life when you were going to college and working on a farm and writing books? That just sounds so delightful. It was so like, just like, oh, it's so cool. And then the snow,
right?
Down, and your little house that you're in. Oh, and then the horses are there in the stables. It just sounds so cute.
It's like a rom-com about my own life.
I know. It's
I can see it now on the Hallmark Channel.
Right?
I by the famous Natalia Lee.
Yeah, no, it was lovely though. Like, I look back on that time with a lot of nostalgia because I enjoyed it so much.
Hold on.
I feel like there was another question that I saw a while back and then didn't. Oh, okay. Another one from Sabra. Another question: how else can you promote your book without publishing? Because I can't work, so how could I write and share my work with people? Could I do a website?
And then after this, then we'll start our sprint. But this is a really good question to try.
So I assume this is like promoting your book before it's published. Do you think that's what that question means? I know I mumbled it.
That's what I think it means.
Okay.
Kind of like, what's the strategies that go into it, especially if you've never published a book before, and it's like, how do you go about doing it?
So that's actually what Book 2 in the Marketing for Authors series is all about. But a quick like glance over would be just to talk about, either your journey as an author, or just talk about the writing process, the publishing process. Just talk about what people are interested in, and don't be afraid to put yourself out there, and don't just assume that people don't care what you're talking about.
Yeah, I feel like you just putting, like how you said, putting yourself out there, just trying to be reaching into the community in some sort of way. And even if you have no idea like how to go about doing that, the more that you get involved, the more you're going to learn about different ways about talking to people, and different ways about seeing what other people are doing to promote themselves. If you follow people that you're like going, I like how they're promoting this book here, follow those people, and then just kind of take notes from them and see what all strategies they do versus what other people may do, and see what you like, see what you don't like about promoting their books.
Yeah, and you don't have to do anything fancy. It could be something as simple as like an Instagram or a Twitter. Right. Like, you don't have to do a YouTube channel. You don't have to start a blog. Is it helpful? Yes, but Like, if you want to start simple, just start on social media.
Yeah, because Bethany Altazada, I think she already had Evelyn's number out before she started her YouTube channel, I want to say. I feel like it was like that, wasn't it? Because I remember like finding her whenever she was kind of getting started and she was already talking about stuff. I was like going, oh, this girl's smart because she already knows what all to talk about. Where here I am just going like, I don't know, I don't have a book out yet. But that's fine to do still. You can still do it that way. I just remember Bethany had stuff to talk about with actually publishing. And so I was like, that's cool. But anyway, but we need to get started with the writing sprint, y'all. Yeah. So did you guys want to do a 15-minute writing sprint or a 20 or a 10 or a 2? I'm just kidding. We're not kidding.
I'll say I'm okay with doing a shorter sprint because I have to do just a tad bit of research before I can actually start writing. So I'm up for anything. I'll do whatever you guys want.
What do you say, Natalia? Or Natalia, what do you say? And also viewers, what all do you think we should do to start it off?
You said
I vote 15. That's my vote.
15.
Oh, did you already say it, Mandy? I was also reading comments. You probably were saying that part whenever I was reading comments.
I didn't really say I didn't say a time. I just said, oh my God, Natalia. I think
there were like 10 votes for 15 just now. Did you see all those?
That chick is adamant.
Someone needs to block that girl.
Oh no.
Do it now. She's annoying.
What a troll.
Okay, well, even besides that one person who voted nonstop, I still think 15 is the clear winner. So I say let's get started with 15 minutes. And we're going to get started here in just uno momento. In 3, 2, 1, start. I'm lost. You guys, we have a thing, if you don't know, that we like to try and beat each other to the muted button. So anyway, we're going to mute this. 14 and a half minutes left. Go. Time's up, everybody.
Woo!
Turn off. Why aren't you turning off? Jeez. Can't do anything.
All right.
How did everyone do?
Let's see. Let's find out.
I did some writing and some research, so I didn't anticipate actually writing. Got 79 words. Whoa!
I think I got.
Heather Hunter spilled milk. I like that.
Aww.
Toddler cries and baby is having the time of her life. At least dinner is almost ready. 30 minutes until I win NaNoWriMo. Woo! God, I might have to write in bed. Well, Heather, I hope you finished. That sounds exciting. What'd you say, Natalia? I'm sorry.
I wrote 401 words.
Ooh.
Not too bad.
Fun.
Yeah.
Oh, and Alyssa got 402.
I just saw that.
Jessica at JLW reads, just ate dinner.
I want dinner.
You guys, let's all see by the end of this live stream,
Oh, God.
Natalia gets super quiet because every time we're doing a nighttime writing sprint thing, you get super quiet and you're like, yeah, I gotta go and eat, y'all.
Yeah, immediately, like,
I
just get so tired and quiet. It's like I can't even think of words to say anymore by the end of our live streams. I'm always so hungry.
I mean, that's better than loud and angry.
Right? I mean, I get that way sometimes too. Hangry. I get hangry sometimes.
That's usually how I am.
Yeah.
What, like a Snickers commercial?
Exactly. Exactly like that. I'm hoping that once Greg gets home and we're done with the live stream, we can go out to go out for dinner tonight. That'd be really nice. The snow has stopped, so hopefully the roads won't.
What is it, 6:37 there?
Yeah. Yep, 6:30.
Can you guys hear the rain and thunder on my end, by the way?
No, I can't.
Okay. Like, whenever I had turned my mute off, like, it, like, thundered really loud. I was like, oh, I wonder if they can hear it. It just did right there, too. I don't know if you can hear it, though. But yeah, so Becca's getting closer to her goal because, Becca, you had, like, 2,000 more words to write. Now she only has, like, 1,700. Woo! Do it, Becca. And Sarah, I almost said Sarah Jessica Parker. That's funny. Sarah Parker Ford started writing on note cards. I'm wondering if you're outlining here. Oh no, Amy's got a tornado warning. Amy, where are you at? Because yeah, it's kind of bad in Oklahoma. I don't have any tornado warnings or anything like that. Be safe. If you need to get off, we won't judge you because you're trying to like stay alive and stuff. So we want that. But yeah, I really love writing whenever there's a thunderstorm. Like that entire time of writing, or not writing, like editing right there, I didn't have any music on. I just listened to the rain because I was like, this is enough. This is my peacefulness, and I don't get natural rain sounds very often whenever I want to write. So I was embracing nature's sound.
There you go.
I love reading in the rain.
Yes.
Oh, like sitting on the couch with a blanket and a book. That's my ideal day.
You guys, here's a question for everybody. Do you guys read? Like, okay, if you write on the couch, do you write on the same spot where you read? And same thing with movie, like watching TV. Do you write and read on the same spot of where you will watch TV at? Because I normally watch TV over on that side of my couch, but I'll read or write on this side of my couch. I try and do that so that way I'm like, when this is the side where I'm productive, and this is the side where I'm lazy.
I don't do that, mostly because Phil has a designated spot, and I sit on it in a regular basis, and I get yelled at. He's like, "That's my spot." I'm like,
Greg is the same way. He has like a certain area where he always likes to sit, so I don't even go over there. That's just his spot.
"Oh, I go there. I'm just not supposed to."
I'm just. So none of y'all heard that one right there.
I heard that one.
Okay, it was. Did you see me like or anything? It was really loud. Yeah. So what if my like electricity goes out and like even Wi-Fi and like, so if that happens, everybody, I'm sorry, Thunder. It took you guys away if that's the case of what happens. So we'll see what happens.
Yay, we have a winner.
Oh, yay!
Oh, awesome. Congrats, Samantha.
That's awesome, Samantha. Woo, woo, woo. Party over here. That's so exciting. Woohoo! And it looks like lots of people just kind of like read, write, and watch in the same places.
You know, I don't get, I see Jessie doing like multitasking. She watches Friends while either writing or editing. I'm not so sure which it is. I can't do that. I get way too distracted.
How the heck? I mean, I've seen Friends like a million times and stuff, but I still can't focus, even though I know what exactly is going on in the show. Like Kate Kavanaugh, Becca, I think you've probably know that Kate, she'll like watch a Hallmark movie as she writes or something, or there'll be soccer on in the background and it's like right in front of her as she's writing. And I'm like, how are you able to do this, sweetie? Oh my gosh.
I feel proud if I can like sit on the couch next to Phil while he's watching some TV show and not get distracted, but that's usually because he's watching a show I'm not interested in. But the moment he turns on something mildly interesting to me, I'm no longer productive.
The only time when I'm ever able to do that is if I turn on the sound very, very, very low. Like if I just need, because I can't write in total silence. Like I need something going on around me. That's why writing in like a library or a coffee shop works really well. So if I turn something on with very, very low sound, I can sometimes work that way. But most of the time it's just like rain sounds or some sort of like orchestra music in the background, and that's all I can write to.
Oh, I love writing movie scores.
Yes. Like I know, like I'll go, oh, that's like if I go to like this theater where they play movie soundtracks and stuff, I'm like going, oh, well, not movie soundtracks, but movie scores. I'm like, oh, that's so and so, and this is from that movie. And people are like, how do you know this? It's like I write with this type of music going on. You have to kind of know what your favorites are and stuff. My favorite is not favorite, but I really love Alexandre Desplat or however you say his name. I love him. He did the Harry Potter Deathly Hallows soundtracks for both of those. So I love those scores. And then he's also done like several other, like he did this Benjamin Button, The Curious Case of Benjamin Button. That is a beautiful soundtrack. It's so, so pretty. Anyway, I love his style. He's very magical sounding. I love his style.
Okay, I just have to, Undiscovered Publishing says I'm currently writing to half of The Greatest Showman soundtrack. I'm sorry. I sing. I can't write to that soundtrack. I sing every time. It's just like if I'm having a bad day, I'm like, I need to pick myself up. I just crank it and sing, and I can't hit the notes, but I sing.
Yeah, I don't know how you guys do that. Oh, and yes, Melody G. I love writing to Jane Austen movie music. Like Becoming Jane, there's some scores from there that I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so pretty, and it's like my heart. It's so good. and Pride and Prejudice score, oh, it's so pretty too. So,
I need to get all these out.
I think the one I wrote to the most when I was working on Song of the Dryad was Ori and the Blind Forest, and it's like an indie video game, and the music is so beautiful. I highly recommend.
Yeah, I've never heard of that. Sorry, it scared me.
If anybody's interested, they can look it up.
I'm gonna look it up.
Interesting.
Because I'm reading your book right now, so I kind of want.
Oh yeah, I feel like it goes really well with the whimsical like fairy vibe.
Oh God, yeah.
Natalia, I just ordered your book the other day because I was like going, okay, I have two of Mandy's books, and I don't have Natalia's. So even though I've read Song of the Dryad, I was like, I don't have it, and so I want to have a physical copy. So it's on its way to me, and I'm excited.
Thank you for doing that. I always appreciate it.
I need to take pictures of the author tuber books because I have Shadow Crown, Be Your Own #goals, Twisted Gift, Essence, and She's Not Here. And those are like the physical copies I have. And so I need to, and I'm going to have Natalia's. And I need to like take pictures of these AuthorTuber books to help be promoting them in the AuthorTube community and stuff. Because I want to be, because I was so lucky enough to win Essence. It's what kind of contest was that, Mandy?
I don't know. How long ago was it? I've given away multiple copies of Essence.
Yeah, I like won some type of giveaway thing, and I was like, cool. And I was like, I'm gonna take pictures of it and put it on Instagram. And I
Is it an original edition?
Huh?
Is it an original? Does it have the original cover?
Oh, it's the new cover. Oh, wait, okay.
Oh.
By Mandy Lynn. I don't know what you've been out here saying.
Is it bad if I don't remember giving that edition of the book away?
You're fine. I mean, you probably had done that.
I've given so
There's
much.
a flash flood warning.
Oh,
So if you guys see water rising in my apartment, and then I'm like,
We'll start listening to the Titanic soundtrack.
oh my gosh, what a soundtrack. Oh, the
so sad.
The song of where, okay, if you haven't seen Titanic, what is wrong with you? But okay, different part. So, the part where the part where Rose, she's jumping off of the small boat back onto the ship, and Leo, I almost said Leo, and Jack is like, no, Rose, what are you doing? And they're like running to find each other back on the ship. Oh, it's so good.
Oh, it's been so long since I saw that movie. I need to watch it again.
It is my ultimate favorite movie of all time.
Like a lot.
Oh my gosh. And Jack Dawson will forever be my fictional boyfriend crush. I love him so much. Oh, anyway. What are you guys with that? Like, what's everyone's favorite movies of all time? But we need to get started with another writing sprint. But really, though, what's your favorite movie of all time as we're deciding how long to go?
The Greatest Showman.
Really?
I think so. I'm like hardcore obsessed. I don't know why. I've discovered I really like have a crush on Hugh Jackman is what I've discovered. Every time I watch him, I'm like, God.
He is very sexy.
I feel like for me, it would definitely be a Disney movie, like one of the originals, like Tarzan, Lion King, Mulan, something like that. Huh?
Tarzan's wonderful.
I love Tarzan.
I forget how good Tarzan is.
I watched it like a year ago, and I'm like, this is kick-ass. I love this movie.
Moana's good. I love Moana.
Yeah, Princess Bride. Oh, it's amazing. I love Princess Bride.
I've never seen Princess Bride. Is that bad? Do I need to?
I think I've only seen it once.
Oh my goodness. It's the wonderful. It's just so full of quotes for the entire thing. It's so great. The author of, because it was a book before, like the person who wrote the book was the one who wrote the screenplay for The Princess Bride. And he has declared, he was like, when I die, my tombstone will say, I wrote The Princess Bride. I was like, hey, that's a great way of like,
that's awesome.
Up that I did this. Because it's such a classic. As You Wish. Yes, Maya. Yes. Ooh, Boondock Saints.
Never
There
seen
was
that.
a firefight. Sorry, I'm a nerd. Okay, we need to go back to writing. Emperor's New Groove. Yes.
Oh, that's a good movie.
Let's just go down nostalgia lane as we're doing our sprints today. Do you all want to do maybe 20 minutes or over? I want to do at least 20.
I feel like we need to go over because we've been chatting a lot.
I know. I'm like, gosh dang it.
We've done one 15-minute sprint and we've been at this for 50 minutes now.
I know. I'm sorry. Who died last year? Jessica. Who was it? Which one are we talking about?
What are you talking about?
Probably that author.
Oh, he did?
Oh.
No, I didn't know that. That's really sad. I forgot his name. It's like, oh, my sister named her son Wesley. That's awesome. I don't know. I forgot. I didn't know that he had died. That's really sad. Because Princess Bride is so classic. But anyway, I need to look up who that was. But lots of people are saying, you want to say 25 minutes or 27? William Goldman, I guess, is the author.
I feel like we normally do 28.
I know, I feel like it's not like a solid like 20 or 25. It has to be off a little bit, right? Yeah, William Goldman, I guess, is the one who passed. That's a shame. I hate it whenever you like hear that. Okay, so let's do 28. I'll take it, Betty.
Ooh, okay. Because everyone else has said lower numbers, so.
Grace Wilcox said 28 is good.
Okay.
And Samantha Pixley, I'm sorry, we're doing 1 minute over 27. Let's do this here. Okay, so I'm going to do 28. I'm going to mute the screen.
Wait. Oh, no. I was zoning out, guys. All right, I guess that means the timer started 28 minutes.
Time's up. There. How'd everybody do?
Woo.
Woo. You sound like an owl.
Woo. Oh, I'm tired. Like, that's what I realized in this last round. I'm like, wow, I'm tired.
I bet you do get more tired earlier on these because we do these a little bit later. But Avery, I'm curious, did you end up finishing? Because she had 100 more words until she hit 25K. So I hope she was able to hit it in that round.
I got
Diane past 30K. Sorry, Mandy. Yay!
Let's see.
Kaylin. Yeah, I feel like I do that constantly whenever I'm in editing mode.
I relate. Natalia's like in the zone over there.
I was. Let's see. I wrote 826 words.
Oh,
That's a ton.
that's ton.
Not that productive.
Yay!
It was a fun scene. It was like a drinking scene with two characters getting like shit faced at a saloon. So it was awesome.
Oh yeah.
That was glorious.
Congrats that you won. That's awesome. And then Tracy did awesome, of course. There was no surprise, right? There's no surprise. Becca just got that much closer. Becca, what's the actual word count left that you got to do now? Yes, and holy moly, Natalia. And I'm excited to see who did you say Daisy is shit-faced, or did you say
Oh, she's one of them. She's one of them that's doing yeah.
How fun, Daisy.
Right. She's a fun character to write because she's so different than how I am.
See, there's times where I saw maybe slight like sarcasm every so often that like I could see you doing, but you guys are very different types of personas.
Right. Like versus Charlotte, because I feel like
you are a lot more like Charlotte, and now Daisy is like very different than you are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's fun to experiment with that.
Peggy's like, haha, drunk Daisy.
Right? Yeah, Peggy was one of my betas too.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, I think we both had talked about reading that and stuff. Yeah. Do you guys want to know how the term shit-faced became a thing?
Oh, I'd love to know.
I think it's so interesting. Okay, so sorry you guys if you don't like that word, but it's just a thing. So back in like the olden days, like over in Europe or whatever, like people for fun, like they didn't have much fun back then. There wasn't a whole lot to do. So after they worked hard during the days, they'd go to bars and pubs and stuff and get drunk. And so as they're walking back home, people would be dumping out their pots that were filled with all types of stuff in the pots, and they just would dump it outside of their window. I mean, there was just so much crap, literal crap and pee that was just running in the streets and stuff because just that's how they did things back then. But people would have stuff fall on them as they're coming back home from the bars. So that's where you get the term shit-faced.
I am never going to forget that now. I will always have that in my head.
Oh my God.
I watched that on some type of like History Channel thing. And I was like, that is amazing. I love
it. Amazing.
I was thinking that you just get drunk and like trip into it.
That's what I thought was gonna. That's what I thought it was gonna be too.
That's even worse because that's probably head to toe.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I like how Kim is like, OMG, Brooke, how do you even know this? Yeah, it was some type of random thing that I watched on History Channel. But yeah, and yeah, Peggy, it makes sense. And I like how literal the term shit-faced is within that. Or when they say, like the British people, whenever they're drunk, they're like, I'm so pissed right now. Kind of like a similar stuff. It's just, it's very funny. I like history, little nuggets like that. It's fun.
If anyone else has random facts, I'd love to hear them.
Yeah, share them with us.
Yeah, that was kind of random. I forgot how. Oh, because we were saying how Daisy got drunk.
Let's see. I'm trying to think. I feel like I should know a random fact. Like a funny one, a weird one.
It's hard to think of one on the spot, though.
Yeah. Yeah, the only reason why I brought that up was because I like popped into my head with the drunk thing. Is anyone writing about, like, in their books that they're currently writing, is there anyone who has a character that gets drunk, and is it like comical? Because I feel like I like reading about people who are drunk and it's like a funny thing, you know, it's just kind of like, oh, this is so just great. This just is the cherry on top of the sundae type of thing.
Yep, there's definitely lots of that in my books.
I liked it. Well, never mind. I can't spoil something.
Oh.
I mean, it wasn't being that much of a spoiler, but Melody's like, "Yup, I've got those in all my novels and stuff."
I feel like I need to now. You know,
your nonfiction.
This popped into my head because the new live action Dumbo movie or whatever. I don't know if anyone else had this experience as a child. The scene where Dumbo gets drunk scared the bejesus out of me. I don't know
why you're gonna say that.
It weirded me out. I didn't like it. I didn't know what it was at the time because I was a kid. Now I know he was getting drunk. But like, I just thought it was weird and creepy, and I did not like it at all.
Lots of people got like too tripped out, I guess, from that scene because it's very different.
I'm curious to see how they handle it in the new one.
I didn't see it. I heard it. I'm not a Tim Burton fan per se, at least his more recent works. I don't know. So I just was kind of like, I don't know if it's the same for me. I like Dumbo, I like the original, but I've heard it's like so different than the original one because they have humans a part of it a lot more. Because in the old one, the original one, it didn't really consist that many human characters really too much.
That movie was so sad. I hated that movie. Like, I'm not even going to watch the live action. I thought it was so sad.
Oh yeah, that's what I remember that being like one of those movies I saw as a kid, and I walked away like, like not enjoying it.
Yeah.
And then I didn't like the original Willy Wonka either. That scene.
Oh, I know the scene. I know what you're talking about.
Do you?
Yeah, where they're like, where it's like they go through that weird thing on the boat thing, and it's like all.
I just remember. No, it's the scene where they like first arrive at the chocolate factory and everyone's shoved into that small space.
Oh, that's it? I thought you were gonna say like the boat.
Apparently, I'm claustrophobic. Because I didn't like that scene either, and I do tend to panic when you put me in a small spot. So.
Kim apparently is afraid of Oompa Loompa.
Oh, like so from the original or the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory? Because the original ones are the creepy orange ones. Might have to agree on that.
I felt like they were creepier in the Tim Burton ones just because it was like, I don't know. I guess it's because I was used to the original one, and I wasn't afraid of the original ones. But I know where you're coming from, Kim, because they definitely have like a contributing factor with being odd, and I can see that bothering people.
That whole movie, like, just so weird. Oh, here's a random fact. I don't know if I should say this, but I'm just saying it. So in The Wizard of Oz, I guess there's a scene. I Googled this once and I regretted Googling it because then I couldn't unsee it.
I feel like I heard about this when I was a kid, but I forgot what it was.
Should I say it?
Yeah, I think you should.
Okay. So I guess one of the munchkins on set had tried to like commit suicide.
This is a rumor. Go ahead.
And it's like, I guess there's a scene where you can supposedly see it in the background, but then other people say that's not the case and that it's just like one of those weighted bags that they have on stage, and that's what that is falling in the background. But
I know what you're talking about. I think someone had said it's like, it's some type, what's the bird? They had like this like bird thing, and like how its head was, it made it look like in the background, it made it look like a hanging munchkin or something. But no, that's because I was like, I heard about that and I was like, what is this? But anyway, it's an interesting
phone. But and I had a feeling because I'm like, I feel like if someone died on set and it was possible it was on screen, that would have been, taken care of.
Yeah.
But I remember hearing that and then watching it, and YouTube videos will do it and they'll play creepy music. I'm like, yep. Not seen anymore.
Yeah, like but there is that same scene of like where the supposed hanging munchkin is, where it's not, but that scene, like when the witch is on top of the house and then she like disappears, like I think she had gotten burned in real life on that part, like because there's the fire that comes out whenever she disappears, and I think she, like in one of the scenes that she disappears on, she gets burned in real life. Not bad, but she got burned enough to where it was like it left marks, I guess, and stuff like that. So
Jeez.
they didn't make movies like trying to make them
Where's
again.
the stunt doubles?
What?
Where's the stunt doubles?
Right.
Well, like in Ben-Hur, like the old classic Ben-Hur movie, like there's this chariot race, and there was a guy that legit died making this chariot race. He got run over by chariots, and they kept him getting killed in the movie because that's just how they did things back then. It's like, well, made a good scene.
Oh my God. I feel like they probably had to get permission from the family and all that. I hope.
I don't know. I mean, that was different back in those days. It was like made in like the 40s or something like that, probably. So it's just kind of like, well, we're making money out of it. So, but anyway, I hope everyone had a good time with that sprint. We can do another one. I don't know if you want to do 2 or if you want to do like Peggy. I'm full of just weird randomness, I guess, today. But I'm learning so much right now.
Oh my God.
Here you go. So,
Hollywood.
I love like that's like besides AuthorTube stuff, I love like learning about movies on not on AuthorTube, on YouTube. I love listening to like different movie stuff. That's
oh my God. Let's not even talk about like how they digest like kids shows and how they try to unveil like all the hidden you know how they say like Winnie the Pooh, all the different characters or different mental illnesses and stuff like that. And like Rugrats, Chucky, or something. People are dead. I don't know. Like weird conspiracy theories about these shows. I can get like hardcore wrapped up into that, and then you end up in this black hole of YouTube.
Yes, yeah, that's very true. Like the one where, like there's one where Angelica made up the other kids or something like that.
Yes,
he was an only child and wanted friends or something. It's just funny of like how that all is. But so 17 more minutes, Diane says, to hit goal. So I guess she's working by time rather than by words count and stuff like that. So
Brooke, how close are you to your goal?
Me, I got interrupted because I had gone to New Orleans, but okay, so here's my thing. I wanted to start off Camp NaNoWriMo with 20 hours because I knew I was going to be going away during the part of April. And then every time I tried to say 20 hours on the Camp NaNoWriMo site, it would not let me do 20 hours. It would let me do 30 hours. And so I was like, well, I guess I'm doing 30 hours because it won't let me do 20. And so my thing was 20 hours. I think I'm at like 19 hours or something like that. So if it let me do 20 hours, then I'd be fine. But for some reason, it won't let me. So I was just like, I'll just push 30. And I even honestly, I was just like, if I don't win this time, I don't care. I had a really busy month with tax season wrapping up and then with going away. And so it doesn't bother me at all that I didn't win this time. Mm-hmm. And then you were working on your stuff for the first book and everything. So I can understand you not feeling bad about that. Yeah. And maybe you were not really participating in camp, right?
Mine was just to finish the first draft of one of the Marketing for Authors book. So I didn't know how many hours it would take and how many words it would be. So I was just like, I never used the actual Camp Nano site or the regular Nano site. I just do it and I track it in my bullet journal and that's about it.
Okay.
So I am like, I think this next sprint I might be able to finish it. It's not going to be perfect, but it's a first draft. I'm getting sick of it. So
understandable because that just happens.
I do have to go within like the next half hour.
That's fine. I was about to say, let's go ahead and get started. Looks like people are really wanting to try and get their stuff done. So for sure, let's do 20 minutes. Do you want to just do that? Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's do a 20-minute sprint, y'all. So 20, I'm going to write this here.
And I'll be tribute for being on camera this time.
Oh,
I was really just about to mute myself.
You guys have both gotten stuck, so I'll do it this time.
Has Natalia ever gotten stuck, really, though?
I'm usually pretty sneaky about it. I think I've only gotten stuck once.
I think the only time you get stuck is when you say you're okay with getting stuck. Otherwise, you never get stuck.
Right. If out of the three of us, if one of us was to get away with lying to the police about killing someone, it would be Natalia. Because you're sneaky.
That's interesting. Wow. I wonder if that's true.
I am doing that easy.
I'm gonna have to agree to that, but it's not because I think you're a good liar. It's because I know I'm a bad liar.
I wasn't meaning like that you lie. I wasn't mean like that you were good at lying. I just knew that you were crafty.
Right. And I want to know what everybody else thinks. If you know, like, what would the question be?
Most likely to be able to pull off a lie to the police.
Right.
I would like to see that. I probably just ruined my chances.
Diane was like, what a leap. I don't even know why I went like that deep into conspiracy stuff. That's where my mind goes. It's like, would I get away with like killing someone or no? Mm-hmm. I promise I haven't had those thoughts.
I feel like it depends on the person.
The person you kill?
Yes, exactly. If they're like a well-loved person, of course I can't get away with it. But what if they're like the creepy neighbor that nobody likes?
It seems like you've thought of this.
Maybe. It's not seriously. I mean, I've watched How to Get Away with Murder. Everybody thinks about it, right?
You put yourself in that situation. Yeah, I feel like that's what you do.
Right.
Okay, so anyway, that was fun. So, okay, we're going to start off with 20 minutes. Natalia's graciously volunteering to stay on the screen. So 20 minutes starting now. So have fun, guys. Hopefully you win. Time's up. Natalia. Okay, I didn't know she heard me or not. In the zone. Man, how'd y'all do on that one?
I'm gonna call it. I win. I'm done. Woo.
Such energy with
I
that.
know. You can tell I'm done. Like, my brain's done. I feel like I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and be like, no, that needs to be fixed. But for all intents purposes, I'm done. And
I didn't get quite as much written as I wanted to.
What'd you say?
Oh, I didn't get quite as much written as I wanted to. I wanted to hit 20,000, but I'm sitting at 19,596. So only like 404 words away.
Hey.
Very, very close.
Yeah, for sure.
So I wrote 665 words that time.
That's good.
Yeah.
Well, still, that was a lot shorter than the other one. So, I mean, that's still a lot for 20 minutes.
True.
I feel like we did a lot of talking tonight.
I know. I always mean to be like, okay, we need to get back to sprints. And then it's like, oh, crap. Conversation gets away from us. But yeah, did anyone end up winning your Nano goal? Because I know that there were some people who were so close. So I'm sure if you all are still here that you did it. 550 for Samantha. Woohoo! And okay, so Sydney Faith, are you new here? It looks like that you're like meeting everybody for the first time. So if you're new here, thank you so much for attending. This has been a good, even though we sometimes talk a lot, I feel like we get still a decent amount of stuff done.
Absolutely. I almost wrote 2,000, almost.
Diane won! Woot, woot, woot!
Yay!
That's awesome. I'm so happy for everyone. 400 words left for Becca.
Becca, we're keeping it like the same pace because I had about 2,000 words to write too, and now I have 400 left.
Becca, what time zone are you in right now? Because I know that you are driving around in your RV a lot recently, so I have no idea like where your time zone is right now. But I still think you're before midnight. Mountain time for Grace. Your mountain time, Natalia, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So it's 7:59 there.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, awesome. Well, this, you know what's really interesting? So I had gone to New Orleans, that's where my book is taking place at and everything. So it's really cool to be changing things up or knowing what to change now because I've actually been there. So the main thing that I feel like that I'm altering is like, I don't know. I have it to where it's like now I know what this looks like, so I can adjust descriptions because of that and stuff. So it's really cool to actually like visit the place, so that way I have more of a bird's eye view of what all I'm looking at and in my head for my book. And so anyway, lots of different notes that I'm taking this time after being there because now I know more of like the reality of it and stuff. So it's really interesting.
Yeah, and that's something I feel like I'm struggling with right now because this is my first time trying to write something that's not fantasy, like it's based in a more historical world.
Yeah.
So I have like so many books here with me about like the Wild West and Colorado in the 1800s, and it's so intimidating. Like Peggy has given me some tips about writing historical fiction and some other to me, but it's tough. It's really tough. Like I find myself in some scenes trying to describe something, and I just think I have no idea what I'm even trying to describe. Like I can't picture this thing. I don't know how it works. So then I have to do a bunch more research, and it's very time consuming.
That's what I felt like when I was writing I Am Mercy. Because like I'd be trying to describe something like stupid stuff just because it was it was 14th century. So that was like
that's hard. Oh my god.
That'd be so stinking hard.
It was hard just to find just to research it because there wasn't like a whole lot out there of what was it like just to live in that time? What did people eat? Like meat wasn't really a thing. If you ate meat, you were rich. So and they usually had like a fireplace in the middle of the house, which was weird. And So, and they usually called it like a crook house. So it was like, do I use all these fancy terminology stuff that my readers might not even know? Or so it was like,
That's a good point. That's a really good point.
It was a very weird balance to have. And I don't remember how I figured it out, but I think I established a good balance.
Well, I feel like that's especially difficult because that was so much longer ago. Like,
Yeah.
I'm writing in the 1880s, so there's so much more like literature and photos from that time.
Yeah,
it was like the 14th century.
I just like honestly because normally I love to use books for research, but like books didn't have that visual aspect. Like if I want to create a visual world for my readers, I need to figure it out myself first. So I was watching movies. I'm like, I don't know what else to do. This is the most factual thing I can find, a documentary.
Right. I love documentaries. I love doing my research that way.
Oh, yes. It's fun that way, too.
Yeah, I feel like that's going to be more historically accurate than like some, even though I would use movies too for inspiration and like to like kind of research stuff, but documentaries would be more legit to like doing research for.
Yeah, I had to make sure sometimes I didn't get like too graphic just because it took place during the bubonic plague. And I was like, the point of the story is not the plague. It's a cool element, but people don't want to hear about the pus.
Yeah, it is kind of like, okay, what would be interesting for my readers? Would pus be interesting to read about, or would it be disgusting to read about? So it's kind of like decide what you want to do there.
Yeah, I usually didn't break out the pus.
Gross! I don't want to hear that word anymore.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That word.
I think that word is worse than moist.
I was gonna say that. Oh my god!
It just is like you a T-shirt that says that.
You're what?
Gonna get you a T-shirt that says that.
Pus is more gross than moist.
No, just moist. Just the word moist.
I actually think that would be a good T-shirt because all the people who want to like creep people out, they'll just go, "Here it is."
Right.
That's a good T-shirt idea, though. I think moist is funny. If you had a shirt that said pus,
ew, that would
be weird.
Oh my gosh, no.
That'd be gross.
Oh
gosh, the M word. Yeah. I do feel like that is the M word if there ever was an M word. We're probably like making people like check out now because they're like, okay,
you're done.
But yeah, I feel like that I enjoyed that writing. I didn't win Nano, but I think lots of people did, either here or in other places, or even after they're going to be done with this. I think lots of people had a good Camp Nano run this month and stuff. So I hope that lots of people will still do Julys. I know I will definitely be a part of Julys. I know I'm going to be a lot more active and doing it during July. That's for sure. So we'll see what all happens with that.
Yeah, I hope I can do it in July too. I guess I'll just see kind of what point I'm at with like writing and publishing the new series, but hopefully I can participate.
I think I might be working on my 4th novel during July.
Interesting.
Nice.
Which will actually be good timing for once. I never have good timing when it comes to Nano.
Yeah, because I always feel like that you're like in the last like edit stages or something like that.
Oh, always. Every time.
Yeah, so Grace said that she's going to do it in July and everything. Yeah, lots of more July fun, so that'll be great. So yeah, I feel like that we're good to go now. I think I'm ready to sign off. It sounds like Natalia and Mandy, you're good too. Because I know Mandy needs to get up early for work tomorrow. But anyway, well, this was fun, everybody. I hope you have a good rest of your April and Camp Nano for the next couple hours and stuff, or maybe it's already done of where you're at. I'm not sure. But anyway, hope you all have a good rest of your night. And we'll check you out another time. Stay tuned for Mandy and Natalia and I announcing the next time that we are doing a live stream. It will be on Natalia's channel next time. Still not sure of the date. So stay tuned for our social media to see when that will be. So we'll keep you posted. So anyway, you all so much for stopping by, and we'll see you next time, I guess. So thanks, you guys. Have a good night.
Bye.